This is just a refresher section for us. I know that we learned this in the trigonometry section, but I wanted to go back and talk about triangles and how we can use trigonometry to find the area of triangles. Remember, this formula does not have to be used for a right triangle, it can be used for any kind of triangle. And we always look for an SAS pattern, where we have two sides and the angle between them. So here in this formula, 1/2 BC sine of A, that means 1/2 times the length of side B times the length of side C times the sine of angle A. And angle A is squished between B and C. So let's take a look at this problem right here. Here I want to get the area. I have 49 degrees. As my angle, I have sides 5 and 7. So my area will equal 1/2 of 5 times 7 times the sine of 49. And this is where your calculator comes in handy. I'm going to jump in and do 1/2 of 5 times 7 times the sine of 49, and I get 13.2074 as my area. So we get area equals 13.2074. I want you all now to do this example on your own. Now we're going to do a little bit of circles review. This was all on your last test. I just know that it was a bit rough for some of us, so I thought we'd go over it anyway. And we're going to go through finding the area of these different sections. The first thing it wants is the area of circle O. Well, area of a circle, the formula is pi r squared. Well, r in this problem is 7, so it's pi times 7 squared, which would get me 49 pi. And I'm done. That's all I need for that first one. Now it wants the area of triangle AOB. Triangle AOB has a 60-degree angle. I can say that that is also 7, just because I know that they're both radii. Now this is when I'm going to use my 1/2 AB sine of angle C. So 1/2 of 7 times the sine of 60, and we're going to put it in the calculator. 1/2 times 7 times the sine of 60, and we get 21.2176 as our area. 21.2176. Now we want to find the area of sector AOB. Remember, sector means the pi wedge, if this was a pi. So I'm going to have to do that by looking at a part out of whole problem, because I'm looking for only part of the area. So I'm going to set up my proportion. I know that I have 60 degrees out of a whole of 360, so that's one side. I don't know the sector area, don't know the part area, so I'm going to put an X. But I do know the area of the whole circle. I found it in part 1, it's 49 pi. Now I'm going to go ahead and reduce this to make my life ever so slightly easier. X over 49 pi equals 1/6. And I end up cross multiply. X equals 49 pi over 6. That cannot be reduced, and that's in the exact form, so I'm going to leave it just like that. Now they want the area of the shaded segment. If you look, the shaded segment is what I get when I take the sector area and take away the triangle area. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do the sector, and we're going to then subtract the triangle. Now my sector we found was 49 pi over 6, and my triangle was the very ugly 21.2176. I'm going to hop back into my calculator because I've got that number stored in my calculator. I'm going to do 49 pi over 6, and then I am going to subtract the area we found before, area of the triangle. And I end up getting 4.438 4.872. So area equals 4.43872. And that's my answer. The rest of the problems are for you to do for homework. Good luck. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or or go to the Math Lab. Thank you very much.